me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
To volunteer for your state association, to me, is the biggest honor to give back. Over the years, you know, there's been a few folks that I think was more of a resume builder by them putting their name in a hat than anything else. And then you see those professionals and colleagues and those young professionals that really have that passion. And when you recognize that passion, you need to give back and help those people grow in their profession. And that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I've always done.
Welcome back to the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live from the 2025 NRPA conference here in Orlando. Today's episode is extra special. We're joined by Randy Albarez, a true legend in parks and recreation. From serving as a longtime director to leading as a 3-time president of the Louisiana Recreation and Parks Association, to now building strategic partnerships with DPRS Media Co, Randy has dedicated his life to strengthening communities through Parks and Rec. In this conversation, we dive into his decades of service, the power of volunteering, and how vendors and professionals can come together to shape the future of our industry. Plus, we'll celebrate LRPA's 80-year anniversary and hear why Louisiana knows how to throw the best conference in the country. So stick around. You won't want to miss this inspiring conversation with Randy Albarez. Let's dive in. And we done went live. Here we go. This is Craig LeBlanc again with the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live from Orlando, Florida. The 2025 convention is just amazing. And I've got special guests with me, Randy Albarez from our 2 Louisiana boys here, born and raised, both of us in Louisiana.
Yes, indeed.
And Randy has done it all. He has been a Park and Rec director. He has worked on the vendor side. He has been, I think, was it 4-time president? 3-time president of LRPA, and has really helped to build the Louisiana Parks and Rec Association into what it is today. So I'm really excited about having you on the show today. And actually, Randy also agreed to help us build DPRS Media Company. He's helping with strategic partnerships, and he's also doing a few little lighting sales for us that also funds what we do. And he sells playground equipment for a really strong supporter. Maybe mention a little bit about who you do playground equipment for.
So I'm working with Tracy Kincaid, who's been a great supporter of Louisiana Recreation and Parks and Kincaid Recreation. Our line is Miracle Products and all the accessories that go with it and all the partner companies. Very excited to be a partner of Tracy's, and through my consulting company, I basically do the project management and help with design and give a lot of our park systems a little bit of a free design work and things like that. So with the years I've been doing this, it's been a great partnership, and I'm so excited to partner with Craig. Craig has been a friend of Louisiana Recreation and Parks for many years, and he kind of took this as a project on his own, and is really, man, it's amazing how fast it's growing for him. I'm so proud of him and happy for him, and hopefully I can just give a minute part to make it even better.
Well, that's one thing I know Randy had spent decades in this industry, connected with both vendors and communities themselves. And I was like, Randy, I think we're ready to bring on strategic partners. If there's anyone else, and I saw his eyes just lit up because he knows so many people across this industry. So we made this little promo. If you are a vendor that serves the Parks and Rec community and have been for decades, I'd like you to consider working with us to help co-create the Daily Parks and Rec Show, so we can have a 24/7 network all about Parks and Rec, and we can really do deep dives into each of these little nuanced parts of this industry. So we'll play this, and then we'll get Randy's take on it when we come right back.
At DPRS Media Co, we believe Parks and Recreation isn't just a service, it's the heartbeat of our communities. We exist to honor the people, the vendors, and the leaders shaping the future of Parks and Rec. Our mission is simple: to tell their stories, highlight their careers, and celebrate their essential work. Our vision is bold: to be the trusted hub where leaders, vendors, and communities unite, inspiring innovation, sharing wisdom, and building a stronger, healthier nation. Through over 220 live shows and 6 weekly series, the Leadership Series, Facility Maintenance, Young Professionals Network, Youth Sports Mastery, The Rec Room, and Growing Leaders, plus our industry-leading newsletter, the weekly Parks and Rec Post, we're building a media platform made for the Parks and Rec community. And now, we're inviting strategic partners to co-create this story with us. As a partner, you'll gain 12 hours of annual live exposure with custom shows highlighting your expertise, polished 60-second promos refined for maximum impact, year-round visibility with dozens of replays across our media network, premium features in our newsletter, and amplified social media reach across LinkedIn, X, and Facebook. This is your chance to educate, inspire, and lead while connecting directly with the professionals who build, budget, and buy for their communities. This is DPRS Media Co. Let's build the future of Parks and Rec together.
So Randy, you've kind of been on both sides of the aisle. So maybe let's talk about that transition of how you moved from being a Park and Rec director in Louisiana into the vendor side where you're starting to represent more of the commercial side that serves our communities.
Yeah. Very honestly, Parks and Recreation is my passion. I learned at a young age, starting off at a agency in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 19 years old. I always wanted to be a coach, and I thought I would be a coach at a high school or something like that. I did a little bit of that while I was still in college and first year or so out of college, but I realized Parks and Rec was really my passion, and I can kind of get the best of both worlds by being in the Park and Rec world, working with youth sports, working with adults and fitness and all those great things that go along with Parks and Rec. And it was an easy fit for me because I was brought up in a family that my dad was a volunteer coach growing up at a Catholic school in Baton Rouge, and kind of followed his path of giving back to the youth. And I'm very competitive, big time, hate to lose, want to win, but I realize that there's a fine line there that you gotta, it's life lessons, and you teach kids live what they learn. And as people in our profession, we have to go out and give it back and use not only our what we learn in these going to these conferences and education sessions, but what we learn in our heart, because that's really, everything going on in this world right now, it all comes back to love. So if we love our fellow man, what better profession to be in than Parks and Rec? Yeah. So that's kind of how it led me there. And then the transition came after 30 some odd years doing this. And I probably just told my age, but I realized that, I don't want to retire. I'm one of those people that want to stay active and keep involved and help evolve this profession to newer heights, because we're there, but we're not there. So I think by us staying involved, giving back, mentoring our young professionals, just giving that knowledge that our profession will live on and grow.
Yeah. Yep. And so let's talk about your involvement in LRPA, because I know all associations are really volunteer driven, and it's where leaders like yourself step up and say, I will do this year, be the president and some of the other roles, but speak about what it means to volunteer for your local association.
To volunteer for your state association, to me, is the biggest honor, to give back. And over the years, there's been a few folks that I think was more of a resume builder by them putting their name in a hat than anything else. And then you see those professionals and colleagues and those young professionals that really have that passion, and you recognize that passion. And when you recognize that passion, you need to give back and help those people grow in their profession. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I've always done. I have never gotten paid one penny for being a volunteer or being president of Louisiana Recreation and Parks. And quite honestly, I've been on some boards related to LRPA that you get stipends and stuff. And for the 20 some odd years I've been involved, I've always given those stipends back to my state association because other people need it and they need it for travel and things like that. And it also goes back into the association to be able to do good for all the professionals in the state. So I'm a strong believer in that, and I will always do that. It's just an awesome feeling every time you get together with, look, we're here in Orlando, Florida right now with over 8,000 professionals. That's what they said this morning, over 8,000 colleagues from all avenues of our profession are here in Orlando. And it's the biggest, best network that I think I've ever been a part of because you truly have admiration for each other. There's no competition here, thank goodness. There is a little bit in the vendor hall going on with some of those games and activities, but it's just awesome. And you see friends from all over the country, even all over the world, very honestly, that you don't see all the time or talk to all the time. But what's great about this NRPA and LRPA is that they're always a phone call away. All you got to do is pick up the phone and they're there for you.
Yeah. And then this is a special year for LRPA. We have a little announcement to make. What's that?
It's our 80th anniversary.
80 years.
We're one of the oldest associations for Parks and Recreation in the United States. As a matter of fact, one of our founding fathers was also helped form and found NRPA a long time ago. Mr. Eugene Young, who I had the pleasure of working for at Breck and Baton Rouge many years ago. Mr. Gene's no longer with us, but just a great inspiration to many of us that came up through this profession and taught us the right way to do things in our communities. And I'll always look up to him for that and appreciate him for that.
Yeah, and this year we're bringing it back to Baton Rouge, the capital city of Louisiana.
Yep.
And at the same hotel it's been, I think it's where the Huey P. Long stayed, correct?
Yes, indeed. He had a little secret entrance supposedly there. Huey Long, if you go back in American history and Louisiana history, we all know who the Kingfish was.
Yeah.
And it's the Hilton downtown Baton Rouge, a great location for a conference. The state parks and Lieutenant Governor of Louisiana are great partners to our association. Louisiana Municipal Association is a great partner, and they help us get venues that I'll put them up against anybody's state conference and what they do. Everybody says, that they come here and they have a lot of fun, and the most fun is at their association's conference, but I'll put this up against anybody. The best party is always in Louisiana.
Absolutely. And we will definitely give second place to anybody else for food, because we will take the first place.
Yeah.
The quality of food in Louisiana is just amazing.
You can't beat us. You can't beat us. And we involve everyone. Our vendors are a part of our association, and we want them there and we want them part of it. And we always invite them to everything. So we don't not include anyone. Everybody's included. When you talk about inclusion, we include everybody.
Absolutely. And just a few miles down the street, right there in Baton Rouge, we have a little tiny university that Randy's a huge fan of. Anything to say about those Tigers?
Well, national champs in baseball again. So I can hold that for another year at least. And right now, doing pretty good in football. We got to get a few things straight on offense, but get a few injuries. But yeah, everybody knows I'm a diehard LSU fan. All you got to do is see my email address, and you realize little grumpy Tiger.
That's it.
That's my namesake, and it's not for sale. So.
Yeah. Now, Randy is also helping to represent an LED light sales company. Palco Supply has been supplying LED lights for decades to the Parks and Rec industry. If you have a little neighborhood park and you've got good poles and good electric system, and you just need the high quality LED lights, you can get in touch with Randy, and we're able to ship these nationwide. And a big chunk of this is our first strategic partner for the Daily Parks and Rec Show, and so they're helping to fund a lot of what we're doing here, building out a great media company. So we'll play a little promo for them, and then we'll come right back and finish up with Randy. Let's go ahead and play this here.
When you invest in our high-performance LED sports arena lights, you're not just upgrading your facilities, you're helping us illuminate the untold stories of parks and recreation communities. Every purchase directly supports the Daily Parks and Rec Show, a media platform on a mission to celebrate the heart and soul of our local parks and programs. From after-school activities to summer leagues, these spaces shape lives, and their stories deserve to be told. Why your support matters. Capturing community impact. Your contribution helps us assemble a talented team of digital artists, storytellers, and filmmakers to create compelling videos, articles, and short films that spotlight how Parks and Rec programs change lives. Sharing untold stories. From a child's first home run to lifelong friendships forged on the court, we'll document these priceless moments and share them with the world. Inspiring the next generation. By highlighting the joy, inclusivity, and opportunities found in our parks, we foster a deeper appreciation for these vital community spaces. Light up arenas, brighten futures. Your choice to install LED sports arena lights isn't just a smart investment in energy efficiency and performance, it's an investment in stories that deserve to be told. Be part of the story. Take action today. Purchase LED sports arena lights and help us shine a spotlight on the heartwarming stories that define our parks and communities. Contact us now to learn more about our products and how your support fuels the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Together, we'll shine a light on the moments that matter most.
All right. So from LED lights to playgrounds, and then if you want to become a strategic partner, Randy's your man, and he is one of the most familiar men with the struggles of Parks and Recreation that I've ever met in the country. So really glad to have you on board.
Thank you, Craig. Just looking at these promos, and by the way, it's the first time I've ever seen them. I'm so proud to be Craig's partner now and helping out with this, and hopefully the little bit that I give back will help this show continue for many years to come. I tell people all the time, we hear about quality of life, and really and truthfully, my saying is make a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah, fantastic. Any closing remarks before we send you back off to the NRPA convention?
If you're here in Orlando, thank you for coming to NRPA. Hopefully I'll see my colleagues back in Louisiana at our conference. It's a week before Thanksgiving, November 16th through 20th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. If you were able to come to Orlando, you should be able to come to Baton Rouge if you're back home. So hopefully we'll see you there. But honestly, like I said earlier, love somebody today. Tell them you love them. Don't ever take that for granted.
Fantastic. Great message. Well, thank you so much for supporting us, Randy, and thank you for coming on board and helping us build out this media company. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. Take care.
At DPRS Media Co, we believe Parks and Recreation isn't just a service, it's the heartbeat of our communities. We exist to honor the people, the vendors, and the leaders shaping the future of Parks and Rec. Our mission is simple: to tell their stories, highlight their careers, and celebrate their essential work. Our vision is bold: to be the trusted hub where leaders, vendors, and communities unite, inspiring innovation, sharing wisdom, and building a stronger, healthier nation. Through over 220 live shows and 6 weekly series, the Leadership Series, Facility Maintenance, Young Professionals Network, Youth Sports Mastery, The Rec Room, and Growing Leaders, plus our industry-leading newsletter, the weekly Parks and Rec Post, we're building a media platform made for the Parks and Rec community. And now, we're inviting strategic partners to co-create this story with us. As a partner, you'll gain 12 hours of annual live exposure with custom shows highlighting your expertise, polished 60-second promos refined for maximum impact, year-round visibility with dozens of replays across our media network, premium features in our newsletter, and amplified social media reach across LinkedIn, X, and Facebook. This is your chance to educate, inspire, and lead, while connecting directly with the professionals who build, budget, and buy for their communities. This is DPRS Media Co. Let's build the future of Parks and Rec together.